The woman tried to open the car door, but despite her efforts, it wouldn't budge. Realizing something was seriously wrong, she urgently turned around to wake her husband, who was sound asleep. Unfortunately, the driver's situation was also dire. After wiping the windshield with his sleeve, the man was shocked to see that the car was surrounded by a blanket of white snow. He sighed, fighting his fear, and retrieved the car keys from the glove compartment. He inserted the key into the ignition, determined to start the car and escape their predicament. However, when he tried to start the engine, it only made a sputtering noise.
As time passed, the car showed no signs of changing. The man then realized that they were likely trapped in a serious emergency. To confirm his fears, he quickly moved to the back seat and, under his wife's watchful gaze, tried to open the side door. After 2 seconds, he gave up on this futile attempt, realizing he couldn't waste energy on something impossible. They were essentially stuck in a giant metal box, with no response from the outside or inside. Outside, the snow had completely covered the car, and there was no visible gap. The man grabbed the nearly dead phone from his wife and waved it around in an attempt to find a weak signal, but this too failed. With all possible solutions exhausted and no way to get out of the car, he and his pregnant wife faced the prospect of dying without a trace. Thinking about their unborn child reignited his will to survive. He began kicking the trunk door violently, but the snow piled up outside had turned into an ice wall, far harder than either of them anticipated. They realized that things were only getting worse.
In desperation, the man searched the car for supplies and found a heating pad and 5 expired candles. Lighting the candles provided a faint glow that gave the couple a small sense of security. The man was relieved to see that there was enough oxygen in the car for them to survive. After counting all the supplies, he discovered that the remaining food would only last them 12 days. They needed to escape during this time, or they might do anything out of hunger. The woman suggested breaking the glass to escape, but the husband dismissed the idea, fearing that without the car's protection, the wind and snow outside would freeze them to death. Staying in the car and waiting for rescue seemed to be the safest option. That night, the sound of a car sliding across the ground outside suddenly filled the air. Overjoyed, the man woke his sleeping wife and began making loud noises, simultaneously honking the car horn to attract attention. If you want to see the next part, please like and subscribe to the channel so you can get immediate notifications.